Greatest headlines of the century. Dateline, November 11th, 1918. In a moment, the story.
My name is Randolph Simmons.
Come back to our normal position.
My birthday is 1918, March 6th.
Center, straight on.
I was born and raised in Houston, Texas.
Oh, hold on. Where's that music coming from?
Whoa, it's getting late on this Sunday evening. Old Lion gotta go home and take him some rest.
My parents' name is Andrew Simmons and Charles Simmons. My father was a sharecropper.
Hey, you know I got to pick that white man's cotton.
Well,
You know it's gonna be just a solid test.
proud 4 horses from sun to sun, 6 days a week. Cotton, corn, wheat, and truck garden. That's vegetables. They didn't have high school back in them days. You went to 7th grade and that was it. I walked at first. Then my father bought me a horse and the 3 of us rode the horse to school. He had 2 horses, 1 camel, 1 roach. The big memory for me now is when the convict tried to take my horse. I was going to school one morning. That's the biggest memory. I'll never forget that. See, it was a convict farms all around us. And he wanted to take my horse. He was breaking. That horse taking him down. Early childhood memory, it was 1920. I was dancing. And they had me dancing the Charleston Payday. It was the Charleston, you heard of the Charleston. Well, that's what it was. Well, I went to a movie and I seen a movie, that's what it was. And I liked it, and so they was signing up for the Navy, and I went to the Navy.
The United States First Fleet stages America's greatest naval review since 1934. In Long Beach Harbor, over 200 vessels, from ships of the line and aircraft carriers down to destroyers, subs, and minesweepers, form in festive parade dress.
I went to San Diego, and I went back from San Diego to Long Beach, and that's where I caught the ship, the USS Idaho. I stayed there on that until World War II.
Mm-hmm.
December 7, 1941. We was in Pearl Harbor. We was on patrol. We could hear the ship, the planes go over us, but it was foggy. We couldn't see them. We didn't know anything about it until the bombs started dropping.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
We started back in, they said no. So we went to sea, and we stayed at sea for 1 year. We couldn't go into no ports. And we wound up eating sardines and Vienna sausage for a year. And we finally came back into Australia. And we got shipping for food and stuff and went back to sea. Then we started running them Japs. And we run out of the North Pacific. Just before the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, President Roosevelt's wife, she the one that broke the color barrier. She came over there and she seen what was going on. We was catching it. And she told them, you got to change this or put them out. So we didn't have no way to go at all. We were going to do one thing we could do. And that was cook. Certain places on the ship we couldn't go. But we was on the ship, but we couldn't go there. Certain places in Hawaii we couldn't go, just like here in this country. We caught a hard time. We had to fight them people down there like we were fighting them people in Germany. We had to fight everywhere we went to survive. I'm lucky I'm here.
I deem this reply a full acceptance of the Potsdam Declaration.
It was great in peacetime.
Which specifies
We went
the
around the world
unconditional
3
surrender of
times.
Japan.
After World War II, we went to Korea. And that's when the North Korea shoved our troops out in the ocean. We had to go in there and pick them up. I was riding the tin can then, USS Humphrey.
The enemy shore off Korea. Those mountains are alive with guns, ammunition, and supplies on their way to the communist front. Our ship is here to see they don't arrive.
I got out of the Navy in Long Beach, and I just stayed there. California is way better than Texas, that's for sure.
Papa, when did you meet Mom?
I met her when I come home on leave. That's when I first met her,
Yeah.
at a club in Long Beach.
What made you want to get married? Because this young lady, Lila, had 5 children.
Mm-hmm.
And that takes a heck of a man to marry a woman who has 5 children.
I figured I could help her a lot,
And you
and
did.
I did.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
She was struggling.
Yeah.
And that's what I was put there for, I guess. And we taking it from there. Went on, we stayed together for
Yeah.
34 years.
Did you want a big family?
It didn't make no difference to me.
Because we're all considered your children.
Yeah.
Even though you're not our biological father, but you're our father.
Right.
The only father we really ever had any contact with.
Right.
Oldest son is Chick.
Yeah, his name is Charles.
Right. But I think Mom started calling him
Yeah, I think so.
Chick.
Mhm.
But I'm not real sure the history. The next would be myself, Juan.
Yeah.
And everyone calls me Juan,
Yeah.
short for Wanda. Then the next person is Phyllis, and sometimes we call her Phil.
Yeah.
Who else?
Trista.
Oh, Trista. And now her name is Muriel,
Yeah, man.
but we call her Trista. That's her middle name.
Who we got now? Where the hell is Earl? We didn't see that.
Don't nobody know.
After that, we moved from 125th Street, and
Yeah.
we moved to Bandera.
Right.
And in Bandera, I think the firstborn was Andrew,
Right, he was.
better known as Dumpy.
Yeah.
But he's 50 now, so
Yeah.
I kind of have a tendency to call him Andrew. But anyway, that's his pet name.
Right.
And when he was born, and then Randall 2 years later.
Yeah, 2 years.
And then Latrice,
Mhm.
who's better known as Tiny. I think.
The last one.
Yeah, the last one, 2 years later. Remember the boys slept in the closet,
Yeah, I remember.
and the girls, you guys gave up your room, so
Right.
the three girls.
We slept in the living
Yes,
room.
that was a sacrifice in itself. But there was always food on the table.
Oh yeah.
Bills were paid, and all the people on the streets. What
Yeah.
would they do?
They called me everything they needed. They called me.
No matter how
I'd
small.
go.
Yep.
Yeah.
No matter how small the job or how
Mhm.
large, they would call you.
Even my job, sometimes they call me at midnight, and I'd have to go.
How did you get to that job?
I walked.
Mm-hmm.
I walked from Nixon Garden to Long Beach every day for a year. I'd leave home at 4:30 and I'd get to work at 8. And if I couldn't, ride back, I'd walk back.
And one day, someone saw you,
My boss.
and he said, "Is this how you get to work every day?"
Yeah.
Or something to that.
He asked me first, "Where are you going?"
Yeah.
I'm going to work. He said, "Get in the car." And he take me to work. He said, "I'm going to sell you this car." I told him, "Okay." He said, "But you got to take care of it."
Mm-hmm.
I made one payment, and he gave me the car. Said, "It's yours."
You made good money?
Oh yeah, I made good money.
You know, enough to support 8 kids?
And that's right. I made enough.
And that was the good thing about my mom. She was a stay-at-home mom,
Yeah.
and she would always make sure his lunch was prepared and dinner, and every day.
So you had a good wife.
Oh yeah, great.
Great.
Strong.
She was great. You couldn't beat her.
Family's very important to you.
Oh yes, very important. Every weekend we go to the park, go to the beach. We go every weekend we go somewhere.
And watch the planes come in.
Yeah, at night we bathe all the kids and put them in the car and go out there and watch the plane come in. I would be out there running the rabbits, falling in the lakes.
LAX.
Yeah,
You know what I remember? You guys took us camping a lot.
Yes.
Right.
I was gonna say that.
Did you like to camp? with
oh
us?
yeah, I still like that.
Who would you take with you?
The whole family. We even went to Mexico. Stayed down there 7 days.
Sure did. Papa, sorry.
Okay.
Makes me. I think everybody in the family would probably say, along with me, how proud we are to have this man. As he wasn't ever considered our stepfather, he was always considered our dad. And he stood up for us when we were in trouble, and he would get on us when we did something wrong. But he loved us, and the most thing that just warms my heart to this day is how much he loved my mother. And I didn't realize that as a child growing up. I thought you were going to take my mother from me. And the rest of us thought that. But that was not even close. You loved her. You worked hard for us. And for some person, a man, a strong man such as yourself, to come in and marry a woman with 5 kids, funny looking kids too, and then, and stay with us. And you made a home for us. You showed us love. We felt safe. I think that's what most of the siblings would say, that we are proud to call you dad. So it's appreciated. I don't know if I could ever tell you how much I love you and we love you and how much we appreciate you and what you did for us. It just made me a whole different person. Just thinking back from where we all, we all came from. Mm-hmm. So I think that's what I think everyone would like to say.
Yeah, just give him a big hug.
Oh, I almost start crying. Okay, this is from everybody. Whew. Oh.
You went to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
in 1998, and what happened?
Well, they sent us all up to the White House, and I didn't know what was happening. And they give me a plaque. The Vice President presented it.
And how did you feel about being honored by?
Vice President? It kind of scared me. I had never been up that high before.
How did you feel when Barack Obama was running for president and then was elected?
Well, it made me feel good because I never thought I'd ever see a black man become president of the United States. I'm treated as equal now. Back then I wasn't.
Are you happy that your kids get to grow up in a town like?
I'm grateful, very grateful. My name is Randolph Simmons. My father, 8 kids. Grandfather, 9. And great-grandfather of 6. I love my family very much.
Cut.